Sometimes we know it's time to say goodbye. Metal Gear Solid 5 is something of a swan song for the series. While it may not be the last game in the franchise, it seems like it'll be the last game with any input from its initial creator Hideo Kojima. With this revelation, reception for the game is bittersweet. Sad because we have to say goodbye to our beloved franchise, but joyful because it says goodbye on such a high note. Of all of the games in the canon Metal Gear franchise, the Phantom Pain is by far the most different in terms of overall structure. Gone is the main base or structure you need to infiltrate. Gone is the limited range of sight of enemies that you can see on the minimap. The game is now a fully fledged sandbox game, with 3 main areas that you can explore to your heart's content. Enemies can spot you from far off if you aren't keeping to the shadows, and will attempt to find and hunt you down, making stealth more important here than just about any of the games in the past. Eventually, you will also gain the ability to obtain new personnel for your own army, as well as for other means. As you complete missions in each area, you can find various resources that you can utilize at your main stronghold, Mother Base. These will allow you to do various things such as upgrade weapons, create new medicine types, as well as upgrade the base itself. The character of Snake has evolved to something new, and as such he's learned to utilize what he has available. For instance, since he lost his arm before the game began, he has to go through the story with a new prosthetic limb that can be upgraded as the game progresses. Snake is not alone in this fight, and can now work with a buddy who can help assist him in various ways. The first buddy you get will be your horse that will help you move from place to place significantly faster than if Snake were to travel on foot. DD is a canine unit that will sneak into enemy bases with you and ferociously take out enemies on its own. Quiet is a sniper whom you can deploy. It can take out enemies that are giving you grief, or act as a distraction. The more you utilize these allies, the more and more affection they will have towards Snake, allowing you to give them new orders as well as progress through their own personal stories.
Here. Hey. Blades. Wait a minute, that thing costs a lot of money.
Eventually, you'll get the opportunity to recruit new soldiers that you can take out on missions instead of Snake as well. These characters mainly act as alternate costumes, though with their own voice acting and backstories. The story of Metal Gear Solid 5 is more about the characters dealing with loss than any other game of the franchise so far. Snake in particular has lost so much by the start of the game, and will lose much more by the time the game ends. If you ever found yourself tearing up in the past at one of the games in the franchise, you may find yourself weeping at this one, as the game refuses to hold any punches. The only problem with the game on a whole is that it feels like something's missing, and after looking into it a bit more, the reason why it feels this way becomes obvious. It turns out that there was an ending chapter to the game that was simply cut at some point during development. This leads to a lot of build-up that ultimately leads nowhere, making the ending of the game feel somewhat flat when compared to past titles. This doesn't mean the game is hollow by any means. It's filled to the brim with extra missions and side stories that will have the player busy for hours. You definitely get your money's worth here. Any fan of the Metal Gear franchise, or of just good action sandbox games in general, will definitely not want to miss this title. While you're bound to be slightly confused if you haven't kept up with the game's extensive history, the game itself more than makes up for it and should be fully experienced and enjoyed. Thank you for watching our review of Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe as it really helps us out a lot. Also, if you enjoyed hearing my voice, you can check out my YouTube channel at youtube.com/MegaPiemanPHD. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.